Afternoon to everybody. It's a glorious afternoon today in Cambridge, but it's time to do another video. And today we're going to do a slightly different search. We're going to use SciFinder N once more. And the search that I'm going to do today is based on searching for platinum group catalysts. Now there's lots of ways that perhaps we could consider doing this, but here's a strategy that you may be interested in. I'm under substances and I'm going to click on draw, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an R group, and if I select an R group, and up pops the periodic table, and here we have in the center, terrorizing the periodic table, we have our platinum group metals. So let's drop them in. Okay, so now my R1 comprises these 6 metals. I can add in others, of course. Let's close that. I'll just drop that in the center, and now I'm going to run this search. Okay, so SciFinder now is retrieving me all the substances as drawn, what that means is it's going to find at least one of those metals that I've searched in there. There may be other components present, as we'll see in this example. Okay, so what can we do from here? Well, there's a couple of things, in fact. First of all, if we come down to the bottom here, there's a few things that I just want to show you to start with. What is here in SciFinder N is the number of components, and I'm just going to show you what this is. If I select just one component, what we're actually going to retrieve now are these metals and isotope versions of that as well. But let's go back, because I'm going to now say to SciFinder, okay, let's not limit by the number of components, but I am interested where these metals are a part of an alloy. Now we have the substance class here. If I select alloy, which is most of them anyway, okay, so we have our alloys. And what we also can see now, if we look at the number of components, one is gone because of course that doesn't make any sense. But if we wish to now, we could refine again by the number of components that yes, we want a platinum group metal to be present, but perhaps there's just 2 components or maybe 5 or more, but we're going to ignore that right now. But what I am going to do is I want to find out reactions in SciFinder where these alloys may be used as a catalyst. So if we come to the top, then I have my option here to now refine to just 255 of these registrations that are involved in reactions in SciFinder. So let's go and take a look at these. So I'm going to take all of the results. And these come from just under 2,000 different reactions. What you do notice in SciFinder N now that's a little bit different to what you may have seen in SciFinder Web is that the reactions are now involved in schemes. So I can see scheme 1, 1 reaction, scheme 2, 3 reactions, which essentially is same reactants go into same product. There may be a difference, of course, with reagents used or solvents used and so on, but it is essentially same A goes to the same B. Now, if we take a look at this first one, so I'm going to look at the reaction detail, and what you see in a lot of the records in SciFinder N is the methods now synthesis layout. And what that is, it's a nice protocol layout really of this particular reaction. So I see the products, the reagents and reactants, and the detail on the procedure itself. These are exportable. If I do wish to download the reaction detail, which I'm not going to do right now, then I can do that as PDF or an RD file as well. But I'm just going to go back to my main reactions that we have right here. Now, it automatically, when you do this kind of search, it's already, of course, we're going to get the reactions. We can see the catalyst is still checked. It has that intelligence there to know that I'm interested in reactions where these alloys are used as catalysts. But what we can also do is, if we come down this list, I can of course refine by things such as number of steps, reagents, solvents, and so on. But what I'm also able to do is look at the options for the reaction notes. And there are a few listed here. If I click on view all, I'll see more of these. But if I'm interested where these are in fact solid support catalysts, and I make that check there, then my answer set is now reflected where these alloys are in fact solid support catalyst based. Okay, now it's quite a few reactions of course, but I can refine by other things. I can also use my search within results. So if I was looking for something in particular, maybe I was looking for formation of oxirane, then I can actually draw in oxirane to search precisely for that. But let's come back up to the top. I'm going to take the references for these. Okay, and these reactions come from 207 references. Now, what I am also able to do here, of course, is, I can take all of these if I want to do that, no problem. But one thing that I may wish to do is I can look at the concepts that are involved in these publications. So these are terms that are added by our indexers to reflect the main emphasis of these documents. And if we view all, there's quite a few of them in here. I'm also able to search. If I can't see immediately what I'm looking for, then there's nothing to stop you using this find button and actually searching for the concept in there. But if I wanted to find publications that talked maybe about nanocatalysts and hopefully then in relation to these alloys, then I'm going to select right here and then come precisely down to my 18 references. Now it's quite a quick demonstration what I've done here today, but what I do hope that it's shown is that if we do have to do a search, and maybe you have to do it from a patent search based on this kind of thing, I can use my structure drawing to use an Rgroup and say any of these metals have to be present. And then I can search that very quickly. This actually searches so fast in SciFinder N. And then when I'm with my substances, I have my options then to say, just give me those metals that are in alloys and that are used in catalysts, and perhaps even do have a certain number of components present. And then when I'm getting my reactions, I can quickly go and look at those as well and refine again. And of course, also then come to my references to get the bibliographic information that I may need to take to the requester of that search, or for myself to review, to check on their importance. Thank you very much, and that is your one search tip for today.